Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Dhyananjana Shalakya Chakshurum Bulitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Madhobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamagyam Dharapishwa Padangitam Vandekam Sri Guru Sri Yuda Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrujatam Sagana Raghunakambitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhambitamcha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosure Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sude Devi Ranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpadarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are indeed very grateful to all the devotees. We welcome them, all of them, for this glorious Sunday Feast program which our His Divine Grace Srila Abhayacharana Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada has introduced. And in fact, how I was spending my Sunday before coming to Krishna Consciousness was something, unimaginable. And thanks to Krishna Consciousness movement ISKCON and this Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir in particular. Unnecessarily we are whiling our time by going to the bar after taking bath, offering some agarbatti to the deities and spending useless, time and association. But by the glimpse of Srila Prabhupada, exactly 18 years before, when I was coming inside, my wife Janapriya was telling me, please come once to the temple and you see for yourself. Lot of enthusiasm was wasted in unnecessary things before coming into ISKCON. But now I realize how to, compensate this. I was telling our beloved spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, the time, money, energy was wasted throughout my life by not taking Krishna into my heart or, giving the best for Krishna after coming to, Krishna consciousness, having known the value, the gift which Srila Prabhupada has given all of us, especially the Sunday, how to very meaningfully, right from the word go, Mangalarti to Shayan Harti, how we can organize ourselves every day and day out. And thanks to Srila Prabhupada, very eternally grateful to our grandfather, spiritual grandfather. Amazing. I have yet to undercome, that is such a personality like Srila Prabhupada. So many industrialists in the stockbroking we have met who used to come for their own benefit, and of course we are also used to take so much benefit out of them. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Things were going on like that in stockbroking business. Now the things are a bit organized. Otherwise, what Prabhupada has written, this world is full of cheats and cheaters, and stockbroking is a shining example for that. And I was no exception. Because there was terrific scope to cheat and to be cheated. Client says, you are not bought at this price, so I will not pay you. Broker says, okay, X price he has brought, inflated to 10 rupees more and pocket it. So he was also cheating by not paying, and he was inflating the figure by cheating. So this was going on. So when we are, reading the Bhaktivedanta purports, which are like spiritual ecstasies, so I used to understand, how Prabhupada has clearly mentioned our lives and how it should be. So the topic for discussion today is, how to cultivate enthusiasm in spiritual life. It is not difficult, but it's not easy also. So I am going to discuss this topic, which His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj has beautifully, mentioned in one of the Sunday feast lectures. So all glories to him only. To begin with, enthusiasm is the life of the devotee. It's the life and soul. If you don't have enthusiasm, you are finished. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says further, if you don't have enthusiasm in spiritual life, devotional service, you are a dead person. Kamala, it's so shocking. Bhakti में अगर हमें enthusiasm, interest, keenness, eagerness नहीं है, we are finished. सही बात है एक्चुअली. सोचिए 2 मिनट के लिए, अगर enthusiasm नहीं होगा, आप लोग इधर नहीं आते थे आज. कैसे भी कथा कृष्ण कथा सुनने के, especially morning, the way His Grace Gauram Prabhu gave the lecture. 5-day match, 2020, 1-day international, सब खेल दिया आज within 1.5 hours. Amazing personality. And these are the source of inspiration for us. What His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj has created in this temple is unparalleled and unprecedented. Amazing training. Once he was mentioning, I went to Gauram Prabhu's place at Durg, just to get introduced to his parents. Then I came back. Gauram Prabhu was also there, fortunately. Then all the time he was reading and all those things, and one day nobody else was there. Then he told me, you sit down here, I will, tell you Bhagavad Katha. Then it went on for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. I was feeling damn sleepy, but I was pretending in front of him that I am not feeling sleepy and all those things. Then I could understand, what type of training, knowledge, education His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj has imparted in this temple in particular. So I came and told Radhanath Swami Maharaj, saying that, Maharaj, what a training you have given. But Maharaj, of all the humility, he mentioned, nowadays they are training me. Means to that extent, he has given them training and all those things. And it is something unimaginable. And we are very grateful to this temple in particular and ISKCON in general. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that you are a dead person. Why? Because without enthusiasm, we can't do anything. Take for example, I was coming, daily we drive, and especially on Sunday for coming Bhagavatam, we drive from this Marine Drive after taking the short road, thanks to the freeway from Belapur. We see a lot of lovebirds sitting around the Marine Drive, forming the Queen's necklace. लगता है ऐसा कि सुबह मंगलारती लेके शायन आती है तो उधर ही बैठे रहते हैं लोग. एंड कभी भी मेरे को ऐसा सोचता हूं, अरे जाके इनको पूछूं क्या, अरे अब इतना क्या खुशबू चालू है, हमारा मंदिर इतने नजदीक है, व्हाई डोंट यू कम एंड टेक द दर्शन. समटाइम्स मन में ऐसा उत्साह आता है इनको पूछने के लिए क्या. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज, इतना मेटेरियल लाइफ में इतना एंथुसियाज्म है उनको. Okay, if this material life is converted into spiritual life and they get married and do the necessary things, it's very wonderful. Grahastha ashram is so nice. All the 4 ashrams are fantastic in their own way. And each one has got its own role to play also. So that is very nice. And secondly, you take marriage, for example. When we have to finalize the marriage for the girl and boy, lot of homework has to be done. In my case, of course, I need not go far. In South Indian, this one, boy has to go and see the girl. I don't know about other sampradaya. So mine was just 2 buildings away. So I went and saw the girl. I could see, what inside Krishna gave the intelligence. I was not in Krishna Consciousness. We approved immediately, And the other party said, you want the girl to sing? I said, no problem. So I came home. Then mother asked me, what happened? I said, mother, what do you do? Mother said, I liked it. Then go ahead. Those days, parents liked it means naturally they will follow. I don't know about today. It is the other way around, I think. It's quite difficult also. So, Prabhupada has mentioned, Amisha, simple for the simple, complicated for the complicated. है कि नहीं? जिंदगी बहुत सिंपल है, लेकिन we complicate that. सोचिए कितना कॉम्प्लिकेशन हम लोग किया है बिफोर कमिंग टू कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस. And after understanding the philosophy, then how कितना complicated हम लोग कर रहे हैं उसको. बहुत आसानी से जी सकते हैं. But the problem is comparison, complaining and criticism. These are the three dangers, cancers of mind with which we lead our life. If we don't compare, we will be the happiest person. इनके पास अरब रहेगा, उनके पास करोड़ रहेगा, जो भी रहेगा, stock market में full of money. And I have seen big shots, so-called big shots, only in terms of money. And I always think, अरे इनके पास तो कृष्ण भावना है ही नहीं है, भिखारी है. So आप सबके पास कृष्ण भावना है, you are the richest people. All the time in stock market what they talk is about money, women and wine. मार्केट ऊपर गया पीने गए, नीचे गया पीने गए, नहीं गया तो भी पीने गए, बस पीने गए. तो मैं बोला आप डांस करते हो डिस्को में जाके, मैं भी एक जमाने में करता था, लेकिन कृष्णा का कृपा आ गया. तो आप भी पीते हैं, हम भी पीते हैं. वाह क्या बोलता है, आप भी पीते हैं? हाँ हम चरणामृत पीते हैं. मैं बोला और आप भी नाचते हैं रात को, हम दिन में नाचते हैं. आपका रात हमारा दिन है, हमारा दिन आपका रात है. तो मैं बोला why don't you join together and we can create a revolution, because you have got so much follow up in stock market. And one of the stalwart who attended Prime Minister's oath ceremony in New Delhi, I don't want to take the name, he's very close by, very good friend of mine. तो मैं उनको plead किया, you are professionally qualified, you have got so much wealth, after so many years Krishna gave you a daughter followed by twin sons. Okay, क्या कमी है आपको? And आपका घर इतना नजदीक है, आके श्रीमद् भागवतम सुनिए 20 मिनट के लिए. Then आप chanting चालू कीजिए, one round, it will not take more than 10 minutes. And you are very fast in figures. So we can do it within 7 minutes. I told him. Then उनको कुछ समझ में नहीं आया. बोला क्या बोलते. Then वाकई उधर बैठा था जन्माष्टमी में. Then बैठ के पूछ रहा है, इस टेम्पल को क्या कमी है? तो ये thought I will ask money. मैं बोला इस टेम्पल को एक ही कमी है. क्या? आप आ जाओ बस. Then वो सोचने लगा, अरे यार ये तो पैसा तो नहीं मांगा, ये लोग क्या है? We are trained in ISKCON not to ask money. Maharaj always says, make them wonderful devotee. Along with that, everything will come. Tan, man, dhan. So don't go after money. Janmashtami coming, I will come to this later. So once we make them exemplary devotees, automatically everything will follow. First, for that, we have to enthusiastically cultivate our devotional service in the instance. Then they will follow. Because I was going to the parties before coming to this movement, then all these brokers, they know my habits and all. Okay? So when I took into this process, naturally they will ridicule you. It is not their fault. वो क्या बोलते हैं, कहानी है ना, 100 चूहे क्यों मार के बिल्ली सऊदी अरेबिया चलेगी, हज चलेगी, आज जो भी है हज सऊदी अरेबिया है ना. तो ऐसा सब बोलेगा, सुन के लेने का है, सावधान, पेशेंस चाहिए, एंथुसियाज्म में ईगरनेस चाहिए, so we should be patient. Then secondly what will happen, they know that we have become serious. तो होटल में जब जाते हैं, उनका पहला नहीं मंगाएगा, आपका पहला मंगाएगा. रेस्पेक्ट इज देयर. अरे ये नहीं पिएगा, ये नहीं खाएगा, उनके लिए अलग सब लेके आ जाओ करके वेटर को पहले ही बोल देगा. Then उनका सब चालू हो जाता है. What I mean to say is, you automatically get that. First ridicule करते हैं, निंदा करते हैं आपका, criticize करते हैं, then slowly, steadily, they appreciate you. Then afterwards what happens? They follow you. That is what. But provided you have that enthusiasm in cultivation of the devotional service, they will closely watch you. Don't be under the impression you can take them for a ride. Then it so happened, once Srila Prabhupada's appearance day was there. So we are sitting there, my boss came, very, very wealthy person, he's staying here only. Now he's no more. Unfortunately met with an accident on Ekadasi day. And that day I was about to travel with him. Krishna saved me, And he called me also. Then मैं बोला मेरे को काम है करके, मैं झूठ बोला उनको. Then he died of the road accident at the age of 34. Amazing personality. Chartanguran, very fast in figures, very much pro ISKCON, everything. And उन्होंने क्या किया, उनको दोस्त को लेके आके बता रहा था, देखो ये लोग इधर बैठे हैं, हमारे साथ उधर बैठता था बार में, आजकल इधर बैठते हैं. Then I told him, see, you need not go to a psychiatrist, you need not go to any doctor to give all these, bad habits. I was just come and join ISKCON, Prabhupada's movement. A person, actually आप enthusiasm में पूछेंगे, who is the first person, to my mind always comes is Srila Prabhupada. At the age of 73, with all the health problems, what not he has done for us. Today all of us sitting here because of him only. इसमें कोई doubt है? Huh? And what philosophy he has given. And what Guru Shiksha Parampara he has taught. ये तो हमें मालूम ही नहीं था. भगवद गीता है जैसे आहे तसे तिकडे आहे बस. किती वर्ष झाला? 50 वर्ष झाला. ओके. कोई मरेगा तो 100 का पढ़ने का है, रख देने का वापस. बट अभी ऐसे नहीं होता है. मैराथन आपको 31 days काम करना पड़ता है बराबर. Right from January to December, he has made such a program. Srila Prabhupada ने. अभी गीता लिख भी आ गया हमें. One after the other, the devotees of, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada are introducing. Like the art of forgiveness. It is going on. Today is the last day. His Grace Mahatma Prabhu, one of the senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada, is taking it. So we have been very nicely, engaged in Krishna's service and how to lead a beautiful life. That is very important. अभी आपको कोई पिक्चर के लिए बुलाएगा, टाइम नहीं है हमारे पास, है कि नहीं? किसी के पास टाइम है? शिवाजी द बॉस, रजनीकांत, क्या हो गया? कोड़याचन, एक दिन भी नहीं चला, किधर गया हो? बट हमारा रजनीकांत कौन? हु इज हिज ग्रेस राधा गोपीनाथ प्रभु, सुपरस्टार है. सही है कि नहीं? मुरलीधर प्रभु. सो हम लोग हमेशा बोलते हैं हमारा रजनीकांत के साथ ये रजनीकांत मुकाबला नहीं कर सकता है, इम्पॉसिबल है. शास्त्र में एकदम फिंगर टिप्स में. couple of weeks back he was giving the mentor assistant counters this one training program. My God, what the enthusiasm in his preaching and his training program I have seen. Absolutely it has gone up, it has not gone down. और हमें ऐसे लगता है 18 साल पहले अपना राधा गोविंद प्रभु वैसे के वैसे है किधर. एंड ही सेज मेरे को हमेशा ये जो प्रीचिंग है ना वो मेरा सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन है. हाउ मेनी ऑफ अस कैन फील लाइक दैट? माय गॉड, इफ यू सी द हेल्थ, ही इज द ओनली पर्सन इन ISKCON हु हैज नॉट पुट ऑन वेट. एंड मैं इसमें आने के बाद 20 किलो हो गया है थैंक्स टू दिस ब्रह्मचारीज. ये खाओ वो खाओ, ये प्रसाद अच्छा है वो प्रसाद अच्छा है. नाउ दिस प्रसादम, कितना एंथुसियास्टिक है हम लोग. सबको मालूम है किचन में आज क्या प्रसादम है. मोस्ट ऑफ दम आई यूज्ड टू गो फर्स्ट इन द किचन, क्या है देखने के लिए, बाद में आके बैठ जाने गए. देन व्हेन आई वाज अटेंडिंग जागृति प्रोग्राम, His Grace Murudev Prabhu and His Grace Nityakrishna Prabhu, they have toiled for that. We are all the product of that. So I used to go and see first prasadam क्या है, ठीक है, पीछे पीछे मुड़ के देखने के कब खत्म होगा कथा, because prasadam has that potency. और कितना enthusiasm है. कोई बोलेगा कथा में आके बैठो, सुन के आप घर चले जाओ, प्रसाद मत खाओ, नहीं हो सकता है ISKCON में. वो भी सवाल ही नहीं है. सबको मालूम है, उधर जाके बोर्ड में देखते हैं आज क्या क्या है करके मेनू. Of course now cost cutting is going on, that's okay. 12 years we have eaten, no problem. So coming to ISKCON, you have put on weight, now they are telling me to reduce weight. It is impossible. वो power exercise से मेरे से नहीं होगा अभी at the age of 57. It is impossible. So प्रसादम it purifies so much and इतना enthusiasm है हमें खाने के लिए, तो ठीक है प्रसादम खा कर हमेशा ओके. बाद में क्या होना चाहिए, कथा में रुचि आ गया. Prabhupada's disciples, all of them they became गुलाब जामुन बना के दिया प्रभुपाद रात को 2 बजे. घर में पूछेगा मारेगा पकड़ के, क्या दिमाग फिरा है क्या आपका? नहीं, प्रभुपाद ने किया, 1 दिन करेगा 2 दिन करेगा, बोला बैठ जाओ नहीं तो डॉक्टर को बताओ बोलेगा. सो कल्टिवेट दिस नॉलेज. आगे बढ़कर स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ इज नॉट मैकेनिकल. फर्स्ट वी शुड अंडरस्टैंड दिस. इट इज नॉट मैकेनिकल, इट इज वेरी डायनामिक एंड वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. आप देखिए, नहीं तो कोई नहीं आएगा ऐसा 12 साल 15 साल से इधर कोई आएगा क्या बोरिंग होगा, तो सवाल ही नहीं है. लेकिन मटेरियल लाइफ कितना बोरिंग है. अरे जाने के आज ऑफिस, स्पेशली मंडे इज द बोरिंग सबको. Now one of the leading organization, I don't want to take the name, they were sucking the blood of the employees, and they were known for that, banias, with due respect. So what has happened is now they have to recruit 40,000 50,000 employees for their various programs in future. Now any new entrant now into the employment, they are saying that we want Saturday Sunday off क्योंकि मजा कर रहे हैं हमें भी. तो उन्होंने सोचा अरे यार कोई आते ही नहीं है एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए, क्या हो गया करके. आउट ऑफ 1000 दे मेक इट 300 200 लाइक दैट. देन ही आस्क्ड द एचआर हेड व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम. देन ही सेड एक ही एक प्रॉब्लम है, सैटरडे संडे ऑफ चाहिए उनको, मतलब दे दो. सो विच दे शुड हैव डन years and years back. ultimately they have to bend, this organization. So material life is so boring. Everybody wants to enjoy materially. But if they can have the spiritual connection, they can enjoy more, which they don't know, unfortunately. And material life mechanical है ही है, spiritual ऐसा नहीं है, dynamic है. देखो 18 साल हो गया, 20 साल हो गया, 25 साल हो गया, 40 साल हो गया. Like Rohinandan Prabhu and all, 35 years. Radha Krishna Prabhu and all, 30 years. Krishna Prabhu, so many, Srinathji Prabhu. So much inspiration we get from these senior devotees. Amazing. Unless they have enthusiasm, they can't do this. So many committees they are. Marriage board, this one, chairman of the trustee, this, that, and everything. How it is possible? Because enthusiasm hai. But this enthusiasm should have patience along with that. If you lose patience, then problem starts. And you should not do business with this enthusiasm. You must understand. Otherwise what happens? Okay, if you don't get the desired result, you will lose interest. तेरे जाने दो यार, कुछ दम नहीं है. Next में जाएंगे. 100% result मिलेगा. जो हम सोचते हैं कृष्णा करेगा जरूर. Like Gauram Prabhu was mentioning his lecture today, just coming and having the darshan here, Lord gives the mercy, and through that mercy we get the enthusiasm. है कि नहीं? What wonderful dressing. Just see, brahmachari, they toil just to give that pleasure to us. All the devotees, in various days they come and dress for the Lord. Nobody pays them money. Like flower garland when they make, beautiful. Even if you pay lakhs of rupees, they can't make like this. Matajis, they sit and make for 3 hours, 4 hours, procuring the flowers. Brahmacharis, they go to the other and bring it here. Just to please us. It is so pleasing to the eyes. दर्शन लेते समय इतना आनंद आते हैं, हमें लगता है कि हम इधर नहीं किधर वैकुंठ लोक में. But all this needs enthusiasm. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, as this drama was being enacted, so when Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was standing, near the Gadustham and was taking the darshan of Lord Jagannath, so very old lady, like the drama, okay, she was young. She was trying to, see the Lord, and lot of heads were coming in between. She could not. And she thought, okay, the only way is to climb on the, Lord himself, which she was not knowing. So out of enthusiasm, she stood up and came on the shoulders of the Lord, who is Krishna himself, and was having the nice darshan of the Lord Jagannath. In the meanwhile, the disciples of, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were very, angry, and they said, no, you can't do this, come on, come down, aisa. So then Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu convinced them, please do not disturb her. See her enthusiasm. Even I don't have, the Lord, He himself, Krishna himself, Lord Jagannath himself, He is saying, I don't have that intensity or enthusiasm, but see this one. So please do not disturb her. Let her have the darshan. That is the beauty. And this enthusiasm should be uninterrupted and unmotivated. कुछ motive नहीं रहना चाहिए इसके पीछे. It should be uninterrupted. Every day we should have the enthusiasm. Of course, it is difficult, I do agree. Every day to have the same degree of enthusiasm, it is not easy. But we can do that. But when you can do, in the association of devotees, it is possible. Like, if you see, His Grace Mohidar Prabhu, he has got 3 daughters. But not even a single day he has slackened his service. Amazing it is. So through these devotees, we can get the encouragement and enthusiasm. That's why, again and again, Maharaj repeats in his lectures, we have to be in the association of devotees. Maya is so powerful. She wants only a blink of the eye to destroy us. And we have seen so many devotees, being destroyed. But again they come back with full vengeance. So we have to be, all the time in the association of devotees. Or if it is not possible, get in touch with the devotees. So many things are there now. This WhatsApp is काम पे लगा दिया सबको बराबर. है कि नहीं? But nice messages we are getting. Through that we can get encouraged and enthused. So it is not difficult. So all the time when we are in the constant touch with the devotees, and through their enthusiasm, they can, distribute that enthusiasm directly or indirectly, which in my personal life I have experienced. So it should be uninterrupted. There should not be interruption. Don't think that it is boring, अरे मेरे से नहीं होगा, and all those things. 100% होगा. Material life में क्या-क्या नहीं होता है. किधर से ऑफिस जाते हैं. Daily we are spending 4 hours to and fro. Some of them even 5 hours. And office में hardly 8 to 10 hours काम रहता है. 5 hours goes in traveling, unfortunately. Right? So there, for material things, because we are getting the pay, we are prepared to do anything. But This will take back home, back to Godhead. तो कितना करना चाहिए हमें, इसका वैल्यू हमें मालूम पड़ना चाहिए एक्चुअली, ठीक है ना. इट्स अ प्रेशियस डायमंड, यू नो. वी शुड नो हाउ टू कीप इट केयरफुली, हाउ टू प्रिजर्व इट, एंड हाउ टू रियली, यू नो, एंजॉय इट ऑल्सो. सो अनइंटरप्टेड जब भक्ति होगा, आनंद अलग है उसका, एंड मोटिव नहीं रहना चाहिए. वी शुड नॉट डू ए बिजनेस विद द लॉर्ड. मेरे को ये दो, मैं ये दूंगा, नहीं. विच इज हैपनिंग विद द मटेरियल पीपल. सम वाटर. So really, the duty who are preaching the philosophy is not to entertain people with fanciful philosophy or theoretical convince people the right way of life, but the perfection of the preachers of Sanatana Dharma is to generate enthusiasm within persons or to render service to the Lord and chant holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, another main important point is, this enthusiasm is to, you know, render service to the Lord and His devotees. Not for our personal glory, adoration, name, fame. ये नहीं रहना चाहिए. मकसद वो नहीं रहना चाहिए behind this enthusiasm. How to please the Lord, and through the Lord, how to please His devotees, and how to render service constantly. You know, that is what it means, uninterrupted. Without any interruption, we should always continue this devotional service. And कर सकता है. इतना आनंदमय है, करके देखिए, आपको मालूम पड़ेगा. एंड सो मेनी पीपल आर डूइंग इट. इन द बिगिनिंग इट बिकम स्लाइटली डिफिकल्ट. चैंटिंग के समय नींद आ जाते हैं, यू नो, माला एक तरफ और वो जो चैंटिंग बैग एक तरफ, हम एक तरफ रहते हैं. लेकिन अगेन वी लिफ्ट इट एंड ट्राई टू चैंट, अगेन वी लिफ्ट इट, वी ट्राई टू चैंट. व्हाई? वी नो फ्यूचर इज वेरी ब्राइट. हाउ? बाय सीइंग यू सीरियस, यू योरसेल्फ रियलाइज, अंदर में, यू नो, एक हृदय में एक परिवर्तन होगा. By chanting, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, it cleanses the heart, chanting. Okay? Then when you hear the glories of the Lord, it is so purifying. है कि नहीं? इतना प्यूरिफाइंग आनंद आता है. क्यों भागवत क्लास खत्म हुआ इतना जल्दी, ऐसा लगता है आज सुनते समय, और 2 घंटा चलेगा तो और आनंद आता था. So that is the feeling you get slowly and steadily. But you need patience for that. Overnight anything cannot happen. For a mother to deliver the child, it takes about almost 10 months. Overnight it cannot come. You know? And in those days, our family was very big. My father, mother, we had a mini cricket team in our house. 6 brothers, 2 sisters, and father and mother. And that was a trend those days. And I asked my father when he was in deathbed. You know, I had a very golden opportunity of serving him. I asked him, why you produce so many children? You know. Then he said, listen carefully. He said, in those days, nobody used to ask you how much wealth you have. Bank balance कितना है, डीमैट अकाउंट में कितना है, कभी नहीं पूछता था. They used to ask how many children you have. That was considered as wealth. And the beauty is, having produced so many children for their sensual pleasure, they never refrain from their responsibility. That is most important. सबको पढ़ाई दिया, you know, sisters लोग अच्छी जगह में शादी करवा के दिया. And after his death also, he used to tell me one thing: neither a borrower nor a lender be. Both are dangerous. If you lend, you will, you know, land into problem. If you borrow, you will land into more problem. क्या होता है उसमें? रिश्ता बिगड़ जाता है. You give the loan and he doesn't pay back. You know what happens? Your friendship goes, your relationship goes. Okay. Now you borrow, you don't pay. Again the same thing. तो बोलते lead a simple life, and food, clothing, shelter, education. Absolutely, there was no restriction in the house. But तरह तरह का मजा लेना complete बंद. Only during vacation they used to send us for movies. हम लोग चोरी करके जाते थे, वो दूसरी बात है. And to go to hotels now it is very frequent. You know, Italian, Mexican, क्या क्या है. Those days only South Indian or, you know, some Maharashtrian food was there. Very nice. It was simple living and high thinking. So what he used to say is always have this principle in mind. And 9 o'clock he used to say, early to bed, early to rise, makes the man healthy, wealthy and wise. That is what we are following in Krishna Consciousness. He used to get up at 4 o'clock, irrespective of whatever it is. And, you know, ask us to get up by 6 o'clock. Otherwise बोलेगा मैं पानी डाल दूंगा. तो उठना ही पड़ेगा आपको. And at that time I used to think, "Hey, kya yaar, boring hai, sone ko bhi nahi milta hai aisa karke." Then today, it is very good. What they have brought us, those parents, amazing it is. They have controlled everything for the pleasure of their kids. Sacrifice kitna kiya hai. Because of them we are here. And 80% of the Krishna consciousness they are already covered in our lives. That is another glorious thing. 80% almost, because all this non-veg we have never seen in our house. I was not knowing garlic how to look, to be very honest with you. Onion only once in a month. Like that it was. Then Ekadasi, Dwadasi, Paurnami, ऐसा बोल के ऐसा ही निकल जाएगा आधा महीना. Then I used to think, यार Ekadasi आते हैं, क्या boring है, ये नहीं खा सकते, वो नहीं खा सकते करके. Of course, they were having chapatis and all. Then initially in ISKCON, अरे कितने बार Ekadasi आते हैं, I used to think. But, when you become serious in cultivating the devotional service, then you used to understand, oh, this is very important for my spiritual life. Then you become enthusiastic. Like Pandavan Nirjal Ekasita, 10, 12 hours, non-stop. Young boys, like this Vignesh and others in Belapur, they were doing kirtan for 12 hours. Without, you had water that day? He didn't have water also. He was playing flute and other drums and all those things. So it is what? Enthusiasm only, nothing else. Where it comes from? In the association of devotees. Suppose अकेला उनको बोलोगे, आप बोलो flute बजाते रहो, गाते रहो करके, you will get bored. So, because of the association of devotees, he was able to pull on, and others also in the bargain, and His Grace Narsim Leela Prabhu trained them so well. And his mother used to tell me, "Hey, बच्चे लोग के लिए कुछ नहीं है, गोविंद प्रभु को बोलिए, गोविंद प्रभु बच्चे लोग इतना अच्छी तरह से ट्रेनिंग देता है," and all those things. But unfortunately, Govind Prabhu is not able to expand. Otherwise, he could have done it. So we have to wait patiently in devotional service. Everything will come. Time, is Krishna, and it will knock your door and come. Have patience. मैं वॉच करता हूं, and in my own life I could see that. It comes. When we went to Belapur, so many people discouraged us. अरे उधर कौन आएगा, 1 घंटा, 1 hour, 20 minutes लगता है, we to Belapur to come and preach this, that, and all those things. So many people discouraged. मैं बोला ठीक है, बंद कर देंगे program, कोई नहीं आया तो. Today what happened? So many people, they helped us, like Sanatan Prana Prabhu came, then other devotees came, then it exploded. Then Kargar, then so many centers which Prabhuji mentioned, like in Uran and all, I was told, 3,000, 4,000 people they come for Janmashtami, And if you think, previously, अरे Uran, ये किधर है यार, outside Bombay तो नहीं, outside India तो नहीं, ऐसा लगेंगे. Like Belapur को people are thinking, Kanpur, Sholapur, ऐसा सोच के बैठे थे. पूर आते ना, PUR is a common. And thanks to senior devotees, we got very well trained in Jagrati program. And His Grace Radha Gopinath Prabhu gave us so much time. And His Grace Gauram Prabhu and other leading stalwarts used to come very frequently to Belapur and build this congregation. On our own, we are nothing. Because of their sacrifice, they didn't see, the time, energy and all they used to give so much for us. And, spiritual life is so interesting, so thriving. Itna anand aata hai. We are just waiting for Sunday. Kab aake sun sakte hain. And what happens once the congregation develops there, people are very much engaged there in so many activities. Because the replica of this is there, nothing else. This is the powerhouse, Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir. And through that so many congregations have expanded like anything. So power is main here, and we are drawing the power from here, and all the congregations today are thriving because of about few people's enthusiasm. And with the result, others get enthused. Then others get enthused. It goes on like that. And if you take the lives of our own spiritual master, how much is doing for us, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. My God, once Dr. Alvat asked me, how much, problems he has got health-wise. I said, you are the doctor, I am the doctor. Please tell me. So much problems he has got, but he is not bothered. Just give the best to the devotees. And the secretary, His Grace Vrachandra Prabhu was telling me once, Maharaj was preparing lecture up to 3 o'clock in his room. And he was feeling sleepy. Then he asked Maharaj, anything else? He said, you have not slept so far. You are so concerned for him also. And when he comes and gives the lecture, not even a piece of paper he carries. Idhar dekho, main 6-7 paper leke aaya hu. And it goes on and all. And initially when I came to the movement, it took 6 hours. And our lunch and dinner prasadam was together. And उधर कोने में बैठने का 6 बज गया 6:30 बज गया. Then let me continue. सब लोग हरि बोल बोलने गए. It was going on like that. But, because of one person, we got so much. And yatra, wonderful. We can't imagine. Maharaj, he says, I want so many people to come for yatra. I want 108 buses and all those things. Why he says? Because he is putting so much energy and he wants to give the best to the devotees. So that when all of us come there, yatra is a different atmosphere altogether. No? And what katha we get. Amazing. Kirtans, wonderful kirtans he leads. And how much he has inspired us by giving his valuable time. Especially initial devotees, they are the luckiest, like Murugadan Prabhu, Sridhama Prabhu. I just went down when His Grace Sridhama Prabhu and Her Grace Kishori Mataji, they were just, today training the assistant counselors just to get the enthusiasm, And Prabhupada says, if you don't have enthusiasm, act enthusiastically. Enthusiasm nahi lagta hai. Koi pucho, I am not enthused, I am not fit for this, that. We give the, all excuses. But Prabhupada kya bolte hain? Act enthusiastically. It's not difficult. Lekin while acting, you have to be very careful. Kyunki, if you don't have patience there, and you must act not for your benefit, for your name, fame, adoration, glory. It should be for dovetailed in the service of the Lord and for the service of the devotees. Then it will be wonderful. Nahi to kya hoga? Fall down ho jayenge hum. When you are doing it for yourself, it's just, few days or few months it will last. That's all. But it is dovetailed in Krishna's service, then itna anand hai, and it will eternal. It will go on and on and on. And life ऐसा जाएगा आपको मालूम ही नहीं पड़ेगा. अरे 50 साल हो गया मेरा, 40 साल हो गया ऐसा. That is what we have experienced in spiritual life. So, persons are to render service to the Lord and chant the holy names of the Lord. It is the only through that enthusiasm to engage in devotional service, the process of bhakti, that tangible spiritual progress is made. So, spiritual progress, when we have this enthusiasm to serve the Lord and His devotees, and to hear and to glorify the Lord all the time. And what happens then? The Lord is, sold out for us. Like Prahlad Maharaj. How wonderful it is. Father was so demoniac, but he was not bothered. He continued his service and he prayed for his father also to Lord Narasimhadev. And when Lord Narasimhadev asked him, what do you want, tell me. He was not prepared to ask him also. But he said, okay, my father doesn't know anything. Please pardon him. And why your father? 10 generations before, 10 generations after, present generation, everybody will be delivered by having one such a pure devotee. Of course, we can't imitate. And Prahlad Maharaj says, in order to have this enthusiasm, in that is instruction I was reading, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Swarano, Vishnu, Pasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. These 9 process of bhakti, if we do it with enthusiasm, we can do wonders in spiritual life. For the pleasure of others, not for our glory. And Gauram Prabhu was mentioning in one of the lecture, in ISKCON, you are recognized by not your PhDs, not by your wealth, not by your position, power, prestige, principles, which are going to be destroyed at the time of death. You are only recognized by your devotional service, seva. So we should always look for seva. Seva se meva milta hai. Politicians, they say no. So all the time when you are looking for seva, automatically you will get seva. 100%. But आपको सेवा से हटके, अरे यार अपने को पकड़ेगा, मालूम पड़ेगा, आप निकल जाएगा, नहीं मिलेगा. Who is the loser? The person who is giving the seva is not the loser. I am the loser. So always we should look forward. किधर हमें सेवा मिलेगा, service मिलेगा. What can I do? If you see the shoe stall, now devotee central zone, they are doing it today. It's such a menial, job. Seva. But with such an enthusiasm they are doing. So every service in our life, especially in Krishna consciousness, is so, glorious. We should not think this is menial. Oh, serving करते हैं, मैं sweet serve करूँगा, सब लोग मेरे को देखेगा. ये सब अपने अंदर थोड़ा दिमाग में घुसता है initially. Then afterwards we will understand, whether it is sweet, dal or rice or sabji, whatever it is, what we have to please is the devotees. ठीक है, हमें एक डर भी लगता है प्रसाद में सर्व करते समय, अरे हमारे लिए क्या हो गया. ठीक है, थोड़ा लेके रख लो पहले ही, आपका भविष्य उज्जवल हो जाएगा. Then you will serve liberally. So सेवा से डरने का नहीं है. On the contrary, बोलने का चलो दो मुझे. And you will get. And the more you do the seva, the more you will get. The less you do it, the less you will get. देन क्या होगा, आके बोलेगा अरे प्रभु जी मैं तो प्रोग्रेस ही नहीं कर रहा हूं, कुछ लगता ही नहीं है, हृदय में कोई परिवर्तन नहीं होता है. कैसा होगा? सेवा से डर के भागेगा? नहीं होगा. और सेवा करते रहेगा, ऑटोमेटिकली पीपल सी यू. रिकग्निशन जो आपको चाहिए था डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली मिलेगा ही. डोंट वरी. समझ गया ना? और ये नाम शोन ये सब यश क्या करने वाला है हम लोग? किस काम का नहीं है. ना मांगू सोना चांदी, ना मांगू हीरा मोती, ये किस काम के? बॉबी में गा के गया है वो हीरो ने. ना मांगू सोना चांदी, ना मांगू हीरा मोती, है कि नहीं? कितने साल पहले बोल के गया है. तो हम लोग कृष्ण भावना यूज करते हैं और सब अपना ही उन लोग ट्यून चोरी किया है. हरे कृष्णा सब इधर से ही चोरी किया है. लाइक लोकनाथ स्वामी महाराज, when he sings हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, 100 बार जन्म, सब चोरी किया इधर से. एवरीथिंग इज बोरोड फ्रॉम Srila Prabhupada, Everything is borrowed from here only. Krishna say and his devotees. So, it is our duty to distribute this knowledge to every nook and corner. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu तो already predict किया ही है. झाड़ उद्योग के तारों को कृष्ण उपदेश होने वाला ही है. और हम लोग सब इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स है. एंड इतना स्कोप है, आई कांट इमेजिन. Especially in Navi Mumbai, places like, people are waiting. Yesterday we are having this mentee selection. Unimaginable. वी मेंशन 4 राउंड जो है, राधा गोपीनाथ प्रभु बोले थे 4 राउंड मिनिमम होना चाहिए. जो 1 राउंड भी नहीं करता वो अभी आके बैठ गया, बोलते हमको भी आगे बढ़ना है. फैंटास्टिक. देन इसे उनको ले लो, आंदा नहीं है, अकिंचन कृष्ण प्रभु ले लो. एंड इफ यू सी द वे ही इज प्रीचिंग देयर, अकिंचन कृष्ण प्रभु इन नवी मुंबई, उनको तो बोलते डे टाइम में मेरे को कुछ प्रोग्राम में एंगेज करो बोलता है. मैं बोला बाप रे, फिर ऑफिस कब जाएंगे हम लोग? नो, ही इज सो मच एंथ्यूज्ड बिकॉज preaching for the brahmachari is their life and soul. And for us also it should be, of course theirs it's full time and ours is part time, but slowly वो full time हो जाएगा. समझ गया ना? So कोई सेवा से डरिए मत, आगे बढ़िए बिंदास. माया के दास उदास है, कृष्ण के दास हमेशा बिंदास, हमेशा इंपॉर्टेंट. ऑर्डिनरी बिंदास नहीं है, हमेशा बिंदास है हम लोग, कृष्ण के दास. समझ गया ना? और देखो मेटेरियल लाइफ में उनको इतना प्रॉब्लम्स है, बट दे डोंट नो हाउ टू गेट आउट ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम. और हमें भी सेम प्रॉब्लम ही है, बट वी हैव द सोल्यूशन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ फिलोसफी. फॉर एवरीथिंग सम इलस्ट्रेशन और द अदर आर देयर. नहीं तो सीधा भागवत, नहीं तो भगवत गीता देखेगा, सब उधर मिल जाएगा पूरा. इनफैक्ट ऑल दी नाउ मॉडर्न सो कॉल्ड क्या बोलते हैं इंटेलेक्चुअल्स जो रिसर्च करते हैं इन द स्टॉक मार्केट एंड अदर प्लेसेस, दे हैव दिस भगवत गीता एज देयर guidance. Believe me. And in so many hotels, now they have started keeping this Bhagavad Gita in various languages. So marathon में हम लोग कितना enthusiasm बताते हैं अभी. पहला initially when we are coming in marathon, book distribution marathon, अरे सबके सामने मैं कैसे चिल्लाऊं, मैं बुक कैसे बताऊं. मेरे को अभी भी याद है when we are doing it in the railway station, Belapur, this Pandav Sena came. Pandav Sena is a group of devotees from UK, London. तो वो लोग क्या किया, पहला दिन हम लोग अपना कृष्ण शरण प्रभु का रेस्टोरेंट है उधर, श्री कृष्णा उडुपी रेस्टोरेंट. व्हाट ए ब्यूटीफुल नेम. एंड वो रेस्टोरेंट के अंदर भी जाएंगे आप, पूरा आपको लगेगा मंदिर में है. और श्रीनाथ जी ऊपर से बिना कांदा बिना लहसुन. तो ये डिवोटीज को हम लोग लेके गया उधर, पांडव सेना को. एंड उनका स्टाइल ही अलग है, द वे दे डू द बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. और कोई माता जी भी आया, हम लोग माता जी के दूर हो जाएंगे, वो लोग ने हाय कम ऑन ऐसा हाथ नहीं डालते, बस ऐसे जाते 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 उनको बुक पकड़ा देता है. बट ये माता जी लोग भी क्लेवर है, यूके का होगा बुक लेगा, इंडियन जाएगा देखता भी नहीं है. वो क्या है हाय फाई ऐसा हाय बोलते, कुछ समझ तो नहीं आते हमें. समझ गया ना? तो वो लोग बुक ले लेते हैं. तो उनको हम लोग क्या किया, पहला ब्रेकफास्ट में लेके गया. वो देखा होटल, अरे यार इधर तो फ्यूचर तो जबरदस्त है. सो एक्चुअली दे केम फॉर ओनली 1 day along with the brahmacharis, and about 5-6 brahmacharis were there. Then this news spread. Breakfast unlimited, Sri Krishna Udupi restaurant में, thanks to Krishna Sharan Prabhu and their family. Then lunch unlimited and items वो जब लेके आया मेनू कार्ड, देखा 200 आइटम है. तो ये लोग पूरा रिसर्च उधर भी चालू कर दिया. देन एंथुसियाज्म बढ़ गया उनका बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में. जब पेट्रोल ज्यादा जाता है नेचुरली इट विल गिव ए रिजल्ट. नो, देन ये जूस फलूडा गड़बड़ करके आइसक्रीम में किधर भी नहीं मिलता है. आइए आप लोग नेक्स्ट टाइम बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में. तो ये लोग फिर क्या किया, पांडव सेना इंक्रीज टू भीम सेना. पब्लिक आते ही गए, अरे क्या हो गया आप लोग लंदन में, बोला 5 है ना और एडिशन आ गया है, सेकेंड बैच. देन ब्रह्मचारी सुना वो लोग भी आ गए. देन ब्यूटीफुली दे डिड बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. देन ट्रेन बोलो किधर बोलो, देन ऑल दोस थिंग्स उनको मालूम है 8 बजे आके वापस डिनर मिलने वाला ही है. एंड दैट टाइम यू वोंट बिलीव द बिल वाज मोर देन 1 लाख प्लस. एंड ना उस की जरूरत नहीं. कृष्ण चरण प्रभु वाज सो लिबरल, ही सेड सबके लिए हमारी तरफ से ही है. यू नो सच वंडरफुल फैमिली. सो इनडायरेक्टली यू नो उनका बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इतना एंथुसियाज्म उनके पास था एंड दे गॉट इट डन थ्रू अस. आई मस्ट से बिकॉज अगर ये पेट्रोल नहीं भर सकता था मुश्किल था, क्योंकि घर से इतना वेराइटीज हम लोग किधर से बना के दे सकते हैं. अपना तो फेमस है इस्कॉन खिचड़ी. यू नो पुलाव दिस थिंग, ओके 3-4 आइटम्स वी कैन टेल द माताजीज एंड ब्रिंग इट. एंड 1-2 दिन होगा, 31 डेज. इट्स नॉट ए जोक, समझ गया ना. और क्या होता है उधर 31 दिन के बाद न्यू ईयर आता है. Very big scope is there in our Balaji Mandir Nerul, and we put the table from here to that end, and 3-4 footpaths we have occupied already. Then मंदिर को क्या करते हैं, पहले दिन डोनेशन जाके दे देते हैं, 5,000 rupees दे दो, they keep quiet. But anyway, it's Vishnu's temple, and they are very much favorable for ISKCON, you know. And they were asking, "Arey, why you didn't come 2 days earlier? There was some more program was there." So ample scope is there. We have to show our enthusiasm. Then सामने वाला भी बताएगा. Then though 1 and 1 becomes 11. Always His Grace Mahaprabhu बताते हैं Krishna Consciousness में 1 and 1 is not 2, 1 and 1 is 11. That is our army Srila Prabhupada has created. So these Pandav सेना इतना enthused हो गया, next year भी आने लगे, you know. So and we are also enthused क्योंकि उनका स्टाइल अलग था ना, और अपना क्या है थोड़ा what you call it as stereotype स्टाइल था, और उनका थोड़ा अलग स्टाइल था. हम लोग इमिटेट करने गया लेकिन it was not that successful. But together, what I mean to say is, when we all were together, you know, it was very wonderful journey. And Mataji's small children, they enjoyed. So coming to the point, one of the Mataji was holding the book and was showing like this. And उनका पिताजी आया. पिताजी को मालूम नहीं था बेटी इधर बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं, और हमें मालूम नहीं है कैसा पिताजी लेगा. एंड आई थॉट, सी वी शुड बी ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव इन लाइफ. नेगेटिव सोचने का ही नहीं, याद रखिए जिंदगी में, समझा ना. और बी एंथुसियास्टिक. एंड दोस्त हु आर नॉट एंथुसियास्टिक उनको कैसा चढ़ाने का सोचिए. एंड वो अगर मोरोस रहेगा, ज्यादा एसोसिएशन मत लेना, लेकिन उसको बाद में 1-to-1 प्रीच करो. बिकॉज एसोसिएशन क्या है, इट इज लाइक कंटेजियस. इफ यू आर विथ एंथुसियास्टिक पीपल यू विल बी एंथुसियास्टिक, यू नो. तो व्हेन द फादर सॉ द गर्ल, द फादर वाज अपसेट क्योंकि ही वाज विथ हिज फ्रेंड. अरे देखो आपका बेटी ऐसा कर रहा है करके, तो उसको और झटका लगा. देन हम लोग को डर हो गया, अभी सब एक बेटी ऐसा निकलते जाएगा मूवमेंट में, क्या होगा. ऑलरेडी मैरिज बोर्ड हैज गॉट प्रॉब्लम्स, यू नो, ज्यादा मैच नहीं मिल रहा है. देन फॉर्चुनेटली देन वी कन्विंस्ड हिज फादर, हर फादर, डोंट वरी, अच्छे के लिए ही है और इसमें अच्छा ही होगा, इसमें बुरा कुछ नहीं है, यू नो. वैसे भी सेल्समैन देखिए ट्रेन के अंदर ट्रेन के बाहर किधर किधर वो लोग चलाते हैं. दिस इज ओनली फॉर 31 days, एंड आफ्टर सम टाइम पीपल रियली दे अप्रिशिएट. एंड उसमें एक ब्यूटीफुल अनुभव हुआ हमारा. एक मुस्लिम कपल ऑन ए संडे अर्ली मॉर्निंग एट अराउंड 7:30 दे केम. देन आई वाज आस्किंग हर नेम. शी सेड माय नेम इज मुमताज. देन आई वाज रिमाइंडेड ऑफ द एक्ट्रेस. Then she said, I want Bhagavad Gita and written by Srila Prabhupada. I said, we are selling that only. We are distributing that only. Then मैं बोला आप तो मुस्लिम हैं लेकिन आप क्यों लेते हैं. नहीं, हमारा जो गुरु है उन्होंने बोला है अगर आप पढ़ेंगे श्रील प्रभुपाद का ही भगवत गीता पढ़िए और किसी का नहीं. Then I asked, who is your guru? He said, Shri Ravi Shankar. I said, wonderful. मैं मुस्लिम होके उन्होंने इतना इंस्पायर होके, you know, enthused होके, and what she called me was surprised me after about couple of months. She said, I have finished this Bhagavad Gita. Then I asked her, how do you like it? Well, she said, it's wonderful. और कोई बुक है क्या? हम छोड़ेगा थोड़ी. हमने सीधा वो भागवत का सेट ही लेके चला गया. माता जी को पूछा आप किधर रहते हैं? नेरुल में। मैं बोला मैं तो बेलापुर में रहता हूँ। और एक बढ़िया पुस्तक है, आप देखिएगा तो आप छोड़ेगा ही नहीं, तो सीधा लेके गया, वो भी रख लिया। सो दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस. So if we are not enthusiastic in distributing the books there, we would have missed such a wonderful, perspective. Who knows, And always Sri Ravi Shankar recommends Srila Prabhupada's books only, especially Bhagavad Gita. All glories to him. So this is what we must understand. Wherever it is possible, अपना enthusiasm एकदम high रखने का है. But we should be very careful at the same time not to rub on the wrong side with our enthusiasm. Devotees will understand. If you are over enthusiastic with non-devotees, it will create sometimes problem. We have to be very cautious also. So our senses and our consciousness, should be always to please the Lord and His devotees. And once we do that, Lord will be, surrendering to us. That's what, Maharaj has mentioned in this beautiful lecture. And there are two types of knowledge. One is Jnana, another is Vijnana. Jnana is theoretical understanding. And intellectually we understand the scriptures through the Jnana. But Vijnana is what? By realization. That is very important. मैं सब कुछ पढ़ लिया, and beautiful example Maharaj has given here. Like, now you are sick. Now doctor has given a prescription. You have gone to a pharmacy and you have taken a medicine and you read the, इतना छोटा छोटा लिखा रहता है, सब एकदम zoom lens लेके पढ़ भी लिया. हाँ, this will cure me. But you have kept it in the shelf, and you have not taken it. What will happen? You will get cured? No. So, Jnana is that. You have got the theoretical knowledge. But what is realized knowledge? Once you take the medicine and that cures you, now you understand for this sickness, this is the medicine and this can cure me. So that is like, similarly Bhakti is like that. We sit in the class, we understand everything, okay, that is very good for our, spiritual life. But how to put it into practice? How to realize this knowledge? That is by serving the Lord and serving the devotees and chant the glories of the Lord and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Maharaj mentions about the Shastras. Shastras are not meant simply to entertain our intelligence. They are meant to change our heart. So all these, Shastras, scriptures, it is meant to change our heart. हृदय में परिवर्तन लेके आएगा ही. When we came to Krishna Consciousness, we are not exposed to Srimad Bhagavatam. I still remember, मुरलीधर प्रभु मेरे को पहला इधर पकड़ के, वो दिन क्या है, लेक्चर होने के बाद, His Grace Krishna Anand Prabhu was giving the lecture. No, I was under the impression he is Maharaj, and when I was seeing Prabhupada, he was so live. He was sitting actually. Then after the lecture also, Kirtan was going on. Then Mullida Prabhu मेरा हाथ पकड़ के इधर कीर्तन में नाच रहा था. I was feeling very odd in front of everybody to dance and all those things. No, मैं उनका उंगली निकाल के मैं निकल गया. No, but afterwards you realize, by dancing for the Lord, by singing for the Lord, giving katha for the Lord, and everything for the Lord, making garlands for the Lord, distributing the books to please Srila Prabhupada, Guru, and the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, then it, really makes sense. Heart में परिवर्तन लेके आएगा, whether you want it or not, it will bring it. That is the positive, this thing. Otherwise, we will not make any tangible, progress in spiritual life. नहीं तो उधर ही पढ़ा रहेंगे, जैसे तैसे हो जाएगा हमारा life. So we don't want that. Anybody would like to progress. नहीं तो बोलेगा ना KG class में I am happy है, junior से senior तक पहुंच जाऊंगा, no problem. कोई सोचता है क्या? माँ बाप बोलेगा बेवकूफ है क्या, निकलो आगे बोलेगा. Tuition. Those days when you go for tuition, they used to consider us as a dull person. But अभी तो उल्टा हो गया. अरे ट्यूशन नहीं जाते, ये नहीं जाते, वो नहीं, कि बच्चे लोगों के इधर बेचारा स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ में आने के लिए स्कोप ही नहीं है. 8 बजे से 4 बजे तक स्कूल, 4:30 आएगा घर पे, फिर आदमी दिस क्लास दैट क्लास. देन अभी मैंने परसों एक घर गया था, वो बोलता है आई एम सेंडिंग माई डॉटर फॉर रॉक डांस लर्निंग. तो मैं बोला शी इज गोइंग टू गिव सम डांस परफॉर्मेंस और व्हाट. नहीं ऐसे ही बैठी है वेकेशन में. तो मैं बोला चले जा रहे तो थोड़ा एक्सरसाइज भी हो जाएगा, थोड़ा मोटी थी मेरे जैसा, थोड़ा एक्सरसाइज भी हो जाएगा. देखेगा तो वो आराम से गया अपना पिज्जा हट में, वो बर्गर खा के और वेट बढ़ गया उसका. Then I asked her, क्यों बर्गर ये सब खाते हैं, उसको मालूम है क्या है उसमें? पिग ऑयल है, एंड ऑल दिस ऑयल दे पुट, यू डोंट नो. नहीं, उधर वेजिटेरियन ग्रीन डाले, वो तो ग्रीन डालेगा, रेड भी डालेगा, कुछ भी डालेगा. ओनली कृष्णा कॉन्शियस में आपको जो डालते हैं वो मिलेगा. प्लीज. अभी कन्विंस्ड हर. देन वी टुक हर टू श्री कृष्णा रेस्टोरेंट फॉर डिनर दैट डे. and spend 2 hours with her. मैं बोला अभी बोलो डिफरेंस. बोला मेरे को ऐसा एक होटल था मालूम ही नहीं है. तो कल से बर्गर छोड़ देगा eating there. You can eat burger here, but unfortunately you are not getting here. You'll get pizza. She was so happy, that family. And we've spent almost 4 hours in their house, made them to chant, nicely. And these people are actually, क्या बोलते हैं, pro ISKCON, come for the program, but चले जाते हैं. And program में we don't get time to, mingle with so many people within short time. Then we have to extend ourselves with our enthusiasm. Go to their place, each one preach one. जैसा Christianity कैसा चालू हुआ? Each one preach one. How they are spread? Actually देखो तो कोई philosophy आई नहीं है. बाइबल बोल के जो बाइबल में वो लोग फॉलो स्ट्रिक्टली नहीं करता. What is written in the Bible they don't strictly follow. Thou shall not kill. You ask them, अरे वो तो ठीक है. Then why you are killing innocent animals? नहीं? But here we follow everything strictly. 16 round जपमाला करना पड़ता है. Regulative principles we follow. Why? It is because for our benefit. And slowly when देखिए आपका enthusiasm initiation के time I have seen my own example plus when I are seeing others getting initiated. एकदम 4:30 बजे मंगल आरती में आ जाएंगे. enthusiasm देखिए डेली नहीं हो सकता है लेकिन मालूम है benefit है इधर. tangible benefit is going to be seen. Maharaj is going to give me a name, and I will be sitting for a fraction of a second in front of the Maharaj and I will receive the mala. So all those things enthusiasm से आता है. Because with enthusiasm, interest and keenness you had to progress in spiritual life. So Shastras are meant for that. That will take you, elevate you slowly and steadily to the upper, this one, progress. So initiation के दिन सब कुछ, breakfast नहीं, lunch नहीं, 4 o'clock होने दो, 5 o'clock होने दो, दिनग्री में बैठेंगे, सब कुछ करेंगे. क्योंकि हमें मालूम है इसका क्या है, that is result मिलने वाला है. What is the importance of this? And when Guru Maharaj gives the name, we are so happy. It's worth waiting. In fact, some of the devotees, they waited for 22 years and Maharaj was glorifying that Mataji. That is enthusiasm with patience. याद रखिए. So here patience is very much, essential. And eagerness should be there in enthusiasm. ये तो क्या होगा? Enthusiasm है लेकिन eagerness नहीं है. Interest, keenness होना चाहिए. मुझे करना ही चाहिए. करके दिखाना है. And we should not be overconfident, which is very important in bhakti. Enthusiasm है, eagerness है, सब कुछ है, but overconfident होके कुछ, what you call it, fanaticism नहीं बताना चाहिए in, our enthusiasm. So Shastras will definitely, take us to the higher, position. So by engaging our senses in the service of the Lord, of the senses, senses है, लेकिन senses का master कौन है? Rishikesh, Lord Sri Krishna. So engage our senses in Lord's senses for His service. देखिए आनंद. माया बहुत बार अटैक करती है, इधर से बैठ के बात करना बहुत आसान है. It attacks like anything, left, right and center. And especially Akinchan Krishna Prabhu beautifully said once in the lecture, when you sit alone in the house, that is the real acid test for you, to what extent you can control your senses. See the proposals, माया का एक एक ऐसा फेंकेगी अपने ऊपर, and गुलाम बन गया, finished. And what we have got the shelter? Only one thing, holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So once these senses are, cooperated with the Lord's senses, the consciousness becomes purified. The consciousness is purified, the natural development of love awakens within our heart. This is the only condition of life that will satisfy the self. हमें satisfaction कब मिलेगा? Otherwise what will happen? Enthusiasm is there, but you don't get satisfaction. When you will get the satisfaction? When we give our senses to the Lord and let the Lord enjoy, and that enjoyment I will enjoy. ऐसा तो आनंद आएगा. Then we will be immensely satisfied. हमें कुछ लगेगा ही नहीं. Let the Lord be pleased always. Like दर्शन लेते समय कितना आनंद आता है. ऐसा लगता है कि we don't want to blink the eye, we don't want to get out from here. Beautiful it is. So our senses is captured by the Lord and He gives His mercy, as He mentioned in the lecture in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Gauram Prabhu, and through that mercy we get lot of enthusiasm. And the principle is that the goal of life is spiritual realization. which is very important. You know, we may be doctors, lawyers, stockbrokers, whoever it is, and we may be drawing very good salary and all those things. But we must know how to use it in Krishna's service, which is very important. नहीं तो क्या होगा, कुछ tangible progress नहीं दिखेंगे. If we are misusing our funds, which I did, to be very honest with you, and what is the worst, knowledge, lack of knowledge I had, I thought being in the stock market, which is full of passion and speculation, so Pandavas, they played, and they lost the match. So they speculated, right? Of course, Sakuni made all these tricks. So I said, when Pandavas did it, why can't I do? So I used to speculate in the stock market. But I didn't have the real knowledge actually. Spiritual knowledge nahi tha. It was the material knowledge. So I lost heavily. Karodpati se rodpati ho gaya within no time. Lost everything. 2 houses gaya, ghadi gaya, ye gaya, ho gaya. Bola, kya ho gaya babre? So proper spiritual knowledge nahi tha, guidance nahi tha, training nahi tha. Had would I been in Krishna consciousness before, that wouldn't have happened. Right? Then after surrendering, rather trying to surrender to Krishna, what not he did. The whole society was, pinpointing at me. किधर था, किधर हो गया आप? बोला पता नहीं, चलता है, जिंदगी है. और क्या बहुत पिक्चर देखे हैं ना, रोडपति फिर आते रोडपति करोड़पति भी हो जाते हैं. तो fortunately Krishna pulled, Then again he started giving double everything. Now I realized, okay, now everything I should now give it to the service of Krishna only. Keep a bare minimum. Of course. Now things change. How it changes? Because lack of knowledge, say, you got spiritual knowledge, you got exposed to Krishna consciousness, what is good for you in life, what is bad for your life, it very clearly mentions Prabhupada's Bhaktivedanta purports, which are like spiritual ecstasies, And when we hear from very purified souls like Maharaj and great Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, disciples of Srila Prabhupada and all, it makes a lot of, tangible changes in your heart and your intelligence. It gets purified and you can think. I was not knowing. I thought mind is the ultimate, Then I asked one day Radha Gopinath Prabhu, "Arey, kitna man hai isme?" I thought there are so many mind is there. He said the mind is only one. He said, because it is giving so many proposals. 5 minutes back he said, you do this. After 10 minutes you do that. We are getting so much confused. That's what he said. I asked him after the katha was over. Spiritual life बहुत अच्छा लगता है, but at the same time material life भी अच्छा लगता है. He said very clearly, we will not interfere with your life. This is what it is. You cannot have parallel both. Now you choose, having come to know which is good, which is bad. So that day I left all this, nonsensical things. Otherwise you are carried away with the bad association in the stock market. As I told you, घमे में पीता है, वो ऊपर गया तो पीते, नीचे पीते, नहीं चलेगा तो वो पीते रहता है. Wealth, women, wine, that's all. Nothing else they talk. And going and trading in front of the screen is all the more dangerous. Maya out and out there in the screen. आपको लगेगा अभी पैसा मेरे हाथ में आ जाएगा. नहीं आएगा. It is not that easy. Otherwise everybody would have become multi-millionaires. Intelligent, super intelligent, सब मार का है इधर stock market में. Because who is the doer? Krishna is the doer. That's all. All this research in the last 5 years have miserably failed. All these channels, so-called channels which are being paid, let me tell you honestly, paid heavily, to flash the news, and they make the money and public lose. So be very careful. What you have to invest is, good companies, sound management, track record, you see, and you will make, very reasonably good returns. So daily trading is a speculation, but investment in good companies is not a speculation. It is like keeping in a bank, fixed deposit type. So we must understand that. So once you have this knowledge, then it is easier for us to make progress, not only in spiritual life, material life also. How to deal with the boss. Very important. As Balasura Prabhu told me one day, he had a fight with his boss and he also shouted. Then naturally, boss is always right. घर पे हो नहीं तो ऑफिस में हो. Boss is always right. घर का boss तो अलग है. आपको कौन है? Especially after marriage. So then, boss realized, अरे what he has done is wrong. And he was on the right side of the law. But क्या है? Boss बोला अभी I am sorry करके आके इनको बोल दिया कैसे भी. Krishna gave him the intelligence. Then he felt, out of humility, no. Though the mistake was not on his part, he went and told him, no, I am sorry, I shouldn't have spoken to you like this. Then kya hota? Same day the problem was sorted out. Because he had a spiritual knowledge, he knew. Pranadapisunichena taroravisvishna avanina varnina kirtaniya sadahri. So we have to give all respect to others and respect none for return, which is to the Shastras. So he implemented that. That solved the problem. Otherwise, the ego itna problem hai na, especially you ask the females, they will always say, men, ego is too much. So it is very difficult to tackle in this, Kali Yuga. So this Shastra knowledge is very important. And what we can do is take very much, guidance from all these senior devotees. I saw recently, there was one Aram program. Abar. By ISKCON Food Relief Foundation. Amazing. At the age of 67, Radha Krishna Prabhu is running around stage here, there and all those things. And that 3 hours program went like a flash. And we called all the donors to facilitate them. And Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was there. Mr. Ajay Piramal was there. And he was also, rewarded and all this. We gave memento. And he said one very good sentence. Ajay Piramal ji. He said, we are having wealth, we are giving is not a big deal. ISKCON is employing us in seva of the Lord, and feeding these 12 lakh children. So you have given us this opportunity to serve. We should be grateful to you. How great it is. And this really moved me. So enthusiasm we have to take. Wherever you go, you look for enthusiasm, you will get. I am telling you. It is not difficult. Whether it is in a lecture, whether it is, when people are serving, like even the shoe stall, you can get enthused by seeing them. Who is paying them? Nobody is paying them. Nor they want. But as a service, they are doing it. So in this that is our program, which is our means to thank, I was so impressed. So many industrialists from, various fields, they came. And they were very appreciative about this. And unka, jo ISKCON ke baare mein, jo already ek impression create hua tha, because the brand name which Srila Prabhupada has created for ISKCON is unimaginable today. What is the brand value? No merchant banker can today evaluate what is ISKCON's wealth today as on date. Because by the time it does at 230, 235 it would have changed the figure. That is always upwards. Simple. They can't with their intelligence. So, such a brand image Prabhupada has created, and they are very happy to get involved with such an organization. Now, this corporate social responsibility has come. With the result, what will happen now? Only good organizations will survive, which are, dedicated to the service of the mankind. और जो टोपी लगाने का और पैसा बनाने का है, वो सब vanish हो जाएगा. And future will be what I feel is very strongly, there will be heavy takeover acquisitions, mergers of these good NGOs and all those things. Thanks to Srila Prabhupada. We wouldn't have imagined otherwise. One person could do this much. So how much all of us together can do? Just imagine. It's not difficult. है कि नहीं? तो enthusiasm हमेशा रखना ही चाहिए. Don't worry, morose हो गया, call somebody if you are not able to have access personally. It can help you. Like seniors are there. So many Mahaprabhu at the age of 73. My God. गाड़ी खोलेगा तो पूरा माला ही रहेगा उसका. जप माला, japa bead, japa bag. What Bhaktivedanta Hospital is doing. Unimaginable Barsana, ICAM and all those things. Vishwarup Prabhu and their entire team. I told somebody, please visit. He asked us, it's a very big shot yesterday. We met in the Satsang program. He said, you have got an hospital also, no? He said. I said, yes. Bhaktivedanta Hospital, Mira Road. Then he was so happy. I told him, even if you enter the hospital, you will not get the smell of the hospital. बोलते क्या बात करते हो? हाँ, आप जाके देखिए. Or we will take you, I said. Then we are talking about the Govardhan Eco Village. Amazing enthusiasm devotees have shown just to please His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, spiritual master. Because his spiritual master has told, we should have such a farm community. It was created. And you just see, I was also thinking, अरे कौन आने वाला इतना दूर? गलतारा विलेज, नाम सुनेगा तो ऐसा लगता है कुछ भाड़ा ऊपर से. हमने भाड़ा सुना है, लेकिन भाड़ा पहली बार सुनता है. लेकिन आज, amazing, so many seminars are being conducted, and I was told up to 2016 February, 2-3 months are already booked in advance by the foreign devotees. Those who are coming for yoga retreat and all those things. How this could happen? Just one single person's vision and his mission and his enthusiasm, and he imparted that enthusiasm, and the brahmacharis got it, the BTS boys, and BT boys, they are working very hard. पैसा देगा तो भी कोई इतना काम नहीं करेगा. Not bothered about their wealth, not bothered about their complexion, nothing. दिन रात मेहनत करके बस खड़ा करना है. And I knew these Prerana lectures are going on regularly in our temple. One of the, our His Grace Priya Chaitanya Prabhu, he has attended out of 120 lectures, more than 100 lectures. Just imagine. Amazing. Devotees. Unless you have enthusiasm, you can't attend. 100 lectures किसको बोलते हैं? That is every month. तो कितना साल हो गया? है कि नहीं? Almost 10 years. Attending this prerana lectures. So unless you have enthusiasm, you can't do that. And when you have that, you can give it to others. Otherwise, how will you give? It's not easy. So let us all be very enthusiastic to please Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. And I take this opportunity of, mentioning about Sri Krishna Janmashtami, which is falling on 17th of August. Yeah. Sunday, August 17. So our temple, as usual, every year, we come out with souvenirs, and Kalash Abhishek forms are there, and advertisement forms are there. So please collect your coupons, advertisements, and this year we have printed 1,000 rupees coupon also. Please help us. Once in a year we come to you. Our temple doesn't disturb us every year. Some of the temples, they have life member concept and all those things we don't have. Only once in a year we are going. Here also we have to be enthusiastic. Please carry in your handbag daily some of the forms, coupons. And you don't know whom you are going to meet. And we don't know who is going to be enthused in giving the donation. Believe me. Once it so happened with me, one person, is of course good friend of mine, 7 years I approached him. He gave 20,000, 15,000, 30,000 like that. Then one day he called me, today whatever I make in the stock market, I will give it to Krishna, he said. And I was praying, अरे इतना बड़ा आज लॉटरी लगना चाहिए इसको. You won't believe. वो बोला अब आके वो भी रास्ते में outside the State Bank of India main branch, he gave 17 lakhs. I could not believe my eyes. And 8 plus 9, 2 checks were there. मैं सीधा भाग के आया इधर, कृष्णा प्रभु के हाथ में दे दिया. मैं बोला immediately let us encash this check. You know why? Because this world is very small. Donation देते समय एक charity when we are giving, other hand should not know. But our ISKCON circle itself is so close. अरे उधर दे दिया, हमारे मंदिर को नहीं दिया, खत्म. Then somebody will ask for, give it here and all those things. Then unfortunately for us, that high value clearing was stopped by the government. So we have to encash it. We pushed the check in the evening, and in the morning it hit his bank. And he was 100% sure that he wants to give it to us only because he has filled our form. So what I am trying to say is, if we are enthusiastic, we don't know how they are going to be, let us make our sincere endeavor, eagerness, and attempt, and be patient. The result will be always seen. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ke. Jai. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev, Jai Subhadra Maharani ke. Jai. Jai Gop Parimarandi. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? We can take one or two.